I was actually gonna start this YouTube video by saying, wee bit chilly, isn't it? Because it actually is a little cold. This is Phoenix. Alright, so first off, I'm gonna apologize. I know I feel this couch is comfortable. No wonder Sam sleep on it all the time. I know that you guys, no, I don't know y'all, but there's 170 of y'all now. But I know I've been inconsistent, but that's because I low-key been running out of ideas for content. So while I look up some ideas for content, I'll give you guys this video. So I'll be telling the story, my coming out story. The whole coming out thing is kind of crazy, but I realized this story is fairly entertaining. So I need a YouTube video. You guys should get to want to know me a little bit more. Why not? How far back do I want to go? I want to do something while giving this video though. Should I wash dishes? We could do a mukbang. Let me go grab some food. I'm actually not hungry. I feel like I'm in frame. What else would be in frame? I'm actually not hungry. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. Set a timeline. Let's start 2018. It was the summer of 2018. I was turning 15 later that year because my birthday's in October. So I was 14 and I graduated from 8th grade and made a couple friends and they would like text me and we'd just be like chatting. It was this one guy who, you know, in middle school, nobody declares their sexuality yet. Like, it's not a thing. You just go with what you think the norm is. Manny? Anyway, you just go with what you think the norm is, which is male, female, boy, girl, woman, man, husband, wife. So, it was this guy. I kind of figured he was like me, you know, gay. And I also kind of figured he liked me. And I think that's where this problem started. I would entertain guys knowing I didn't like them back because I knew they liked me for the hell of it, you know? I don't wanna be a player no more. But we'd be texting. Then all of a sudden he turned like really weird. And he was like calling me like daddy and saying, oh, come back. Like, yeah, like he was like, text me back. Like, why aren't you texting me back? And it got to the point where he would text me from different numbers. And I didn't really pay attention. Like, I didn't pay no mind. It got to the point where I was ignoring him. He would text me from different numbers. And I would be like, no, I don't, you know, I'm not, no. So one time I was playing Helix Jump on my phone, like minding my business. And, hold on. So I did find out what I'm gonna do while I'm giving the story time. I'm gonna sew my blanket because you see, got a big hole. All of this was ripped, but I've been small mini solo project of mine. I've been sewing it and I finally figured out why it's not staying. So I'm gonna quickly sew this up. I need this or something. I wanna be a player. Anyway, so where was I? So it got to the point where he kept texting me, and at this point I'm paying him no mind because I really don't like him like that. And this man just like, he gets super weird. And now at this point, he's texting me. He's like, "Hey, text me back. I miss you." Mind you, I'm 14.
I'm not no one's dad.
So I'm like,
whoa, Nelly.
slow down. So I'm still ignoring him because it doesn't even feel right. Well, that's a good so far. And next thing I know, weeks went by and I haven't texted him back. Didn't plan on it. And I was playing this game on my phone, and my mom come over there. She's like, "Oh, what are you playing?" I'm like, other people sell things, so I just thought about it today. She was like, "Oh, what game are you playing?" At the time I was playing Helix Jump because that was my game. If you see this, Helix Jump sponsored me. But at the time I was playing Helix Jump because that was my game, and I would be literally, I was good at it. I think at the time I was like level almost 1,000, if not 1,000, pretty close to it or something. Whatever, I was really good at Helix Jump. So she comes over there. She like, "What are you playing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm playing Helix Jump." She's like, "Let me see." So she starts playing, and then she starts going through my text messages. Yikes. And she see what I didn't want her to see. She see what she didn't want to see. And she like asked me, she's like, "What the fuck is this?" And it was dude texting me. And I'm like, this point, because I'm like, you're not supposed to see this. So I'm like, girl, I don't know, he was texting me. So she immediately screamed at me, get on my ass. And she's like, come here. So then we go outside in the car and we talk. So mind you, at this time, me and my sister Shay, we was watching anti-bullying videos. We was just watching them because we were watching this Vine that was low-key something like that. But we was watching it. And she take me outside. She's like, so what is this? Are you gay now? Or I'm like, I wouldn't say that. I do know I like men. So that's the first time I tried to come out. She was like, no, I don't agree with that. I didn't raise you like that. You don't. That's not what the Bible says. And she was like very adamant on, you're not being gay. So I was like, I guess I'm not gay. That's that partly summed up. That's really what happened. We was in the car for like an hour just chatting, crying, and I tried to come out and she's like, no, you're not gay. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear you say that. So to me, it's just like, I'm like this. It was a lot to deal with at the time. I'm 14. So later on that year, another situation similar happened. Coincidentally, I was playing Helix Jump. Maybe it's Helix Jump that cursed me. Coincidentally, I was playing Helix Jump, and another guy was texting me. Another guy that I shouldn't have been entertaining, but I was only entertaining with him because I know he was interested in me. And he basically, when I met him freshman year, we would just be like, and I would entertain him for the hell of it. But we were chatting freshman year, and I knew he was interested in me because my best friend now was then his best friend, and he would talk about me to my best friend. So I knew he was interested in me, so I was like, let me see where this goes. And we would just be chatting. At the time, everybody in school still thought I was, no, nobody thought that. But for some reason, like I said, I was just entertaining him. So he texted me as I was playing Helix Jump. He's like, oh, can I ask you something? Or can I tell you something? And I was like, oh, sure. So I said, sure. And then after I sunk that, my mama came over there. She's like, who you texting? I said, nobody. I'm playing Helix Jump. And she's like, let me play. This time she's actually playing the game. So I see her and I'm like, oh, she's terrible at it, girl. And he texts me, I think I'm falling in love with you. So my mom was like, who is this? She said, who is this? She takes the phone, she goes through the messages, she smacked me across my face and told me to get in the car. So this was at our dance team Christmas party. We were wrapping up and she's like, you done did this shit again? And now she's screaming at me and she like, call your dad, let him know what's going on. So I call my dad and I'm crying over that because at this point, I fully accepted the fact that I've liked men. I'm just waiting on her to live with it. She can't live with it. So me and her were like, she's going back and forth and she take my phone and I'm like, damn, I hate this. I hate that this is my life. Like, this hurts. And her being a parent, she doesn't care. Then my phone was taken for like a month. And that was hard because being in a household, I was just like, damn, all I want is love and I can't even get that here. So living through that was like hard. And I was recording that last segment. My phone decided to run out of storage. Just wee bit lovely, isn't it? So, but anyway, I was like, it was hard. I didn't know what to do. At this point, my sisters knew, my older brother knew, I think one of my aunties knew, and I just didn't know what to do. I can't change, unfortunately, this fact is still in me. It's still a part of me. So, after me and my mom argued about this dude, she actually called him and was like, who is this? This man lied and said, at the time, he lied and said he was my other best friend. He's like, my name is Adriana Blake, I'm 15, I'm a vocal major at the Arts. My mom ain't even ask all that. She called, he lied. My now best friend was sitting right there with my then best friend and him, and they're just in shock. They don't know what to do. All they know is they hear me in the background. So I'm distraught. Her and my dad is yelling on the phone, and I'm just like, what the fuck? At this point, I'm thinking about running away. I feel so unloved. I didn't ask to be this way. I'm fucked up. So then we finally get home. She took my phone for like a month. I didn't talk to I tried not to talk to her, but she's my mom, and her room was my room was right next to her. So know how well that lasted. So then eventually I got over the situation, and eventually she got over the situation. I was able to get my phone back, and then it got taken because I cussed out this teacher. And if you're seeing this, Miss Freud, you just so happen to want to stumble upon my YouTube channel, I do apologize for cussing you out. You didn't deserve that side of me. I'm sorry. But so that was the second time I tried to come out, I guess. Third time, it was this other guy. Why was I letting these dudes get me in trouble? Another guy who I also really didn't like that. No need to give names. So it's now sophomore year, leading up to the pandemic. It's December-ish. So my mom asked me, she's like, where did you get the outfit from? Because I did Secret Santa with some of my other friends and y'all got gifts, so she know. So I was like, oh, I was doing Secret Santa with some friends and they got me this. Immediately, she knew I was lying because I had this other hoodie that I had showed her was a Secret Santa gift from the girl who got me that. And she was like, no. She didn't say nothing then at the moment. So then a couple hours later, she brought it back up. She was like, some boy bought you that outfit, didn't he? I was like, why would you say that? She was like, some boy bought you that outfit. Some boy that liked you. I recognize game. I know somebody bought you that outfit. So I'm like, it's this dude. He said he liked me, but I don't like him back. I didn't do nothing with him. I'm trying to cover my own ass. She gives me a speech again. And I'm like, oh. So she was like, so what are you? I was like, I want to say I'm bisexual. I know I like men and I know I still like women. At the time, I was just saying that because I still wanted people to know that I was the same person. And she was like, I can't accept that. That's not how I raised you. That's not how I've known you to be. But she was like, but I'm gonna teach you some tips. You call yourself being bisexual, people are gonna try to try you because they're gonna think you're soft because of your sexuality. So this is what you need to do. So she was, all of a sudden it was a Rocky montage and she was teaching me how to box. I don't know how to box already. But then, out of nowhere, she said she still didn't agree with it. So I didn't go anywhere after that. It was just hard to live on that. And at this point, and then I remember she came into the school and the guy that got me the outfit, my mom picked me up from school early and we was waiting on my sisters to come down. He came in the office, he was like, ooh, I love your boots. And she's like, oh, thank you. So we get the conversing of it. I'm in my head, oh my God. We get in the car. My mama said, that's the boy that bought you the outfit, ain't it? I said, I gave you that. She's like, mother always knows. I'm like, oh my God, girl, I'm sorry. So we had a conversation again. So now, at this point, all my sisters know that I like dudes. So I will be talking about cute boys to them, and my brother was telling my mom that I was gonna be gay, and it was this other auntie who I was super close with that I told. So I have some people that I can confide in, and I think at the end of freshman year, I went to a very dear friend of mine who goes by the name of Kimani. Because he was openly gay freshman year. So I came out to him, I was like, I think I like men, I just don't know how to go about it. And he gave me guidance and he was like really there for me. So I'll love him forever for that. So after my mom said, oh, people gonna try you, so you need to, learn how to defend yourself. So I said the Rocky montage. Then I guess it was a point where she tried to accept it and she tried to agree with it. She was like, I guess she tried to deal with it, but like me being bisexual at the time. But all I know is it got to the point where she would ask me, one time I went to the mall with my dad. She was like, how was the mall? And I was like, it was good. She said, did you see any cute dudes? Of course I saw cute dudes, it's the mall. But I was like, no, not really. She's like, you weren't trying to be on that? I'm like, no, I was there with my dad. I did see cute dudes there. But then me and my mom, we got into this one stupid big argument. And it was barely, I don't even think it was an argument. She was just scolding me for something. I don't remember what. But she was like, and you can quit it with all this gay shit. I didn't raise you like that, so stop doing all that. I don't care about what anybody said. So this went on for hours of her just yelling at me. And I'm just like, what? I'm just like, oh, whatever. At this point, I'm gonna be 18 soon. I'll just move out and you don't gotta worry about me. So then, next thing I know, this is a couple months later, her and my biological father are in my living room scolding me. And he was like, your mama didn't raise you like that. I don't know what it is with all this gay stuff. And I looked at him and I said, you didn't raise me. So of course you don't know how my mama raised me. I said, you got no say in this and you'll never have a say. So my mom got on my ass. She's like, don't talk to him like that. That's your father. He sure as hell don't act like one. He's only a father when I'm in trouble. I don't need a father when I'm in trouble. And I was literally up in there arguing with both my mom and dad. And like, it was low-key an embarrassing moment for me because I do respect authority figure, but my daddy had me fucked up. After that, me and my mom, it was like long situations where I would just try to make sure he don't find out or she don't figure out. Or sometimes she didn't want me talking to this girl at work because this girl was openly gay, and she was like, I don't want her putting ideas in your head, and I don't want her saying that you do that. And I'm like, Mama, that's your problem. I care about what people saying, and I don't. So after that, all I know is my mama me and my mom, a couple months after that, arguing with my dad. We're in 2021 now. This is where I had a conversation with her. She was like, I was talking to your auntie, and your auntie made some great points. I don't want you to hate me forever, but you gotta understand this is all new to me and new for me. I'm gonna accept you and I'm gonna love you forever. I just don't want you to hate me because of what happened in the past. So in that moment, I literally just was like, I started crying because I'm like, there's only one person's approval I ever wanted in life, and it was my mom's, because I feel like every kid's dream is to make their parents proud. And it was one of mine, and I was just like, yes, I love you. And we were just like, we were hugging, crying, and talking about the whole thing. And she became open to it at the time. So she would be asking me about dudes. And at this time, I had just called myself getting this boyfriend. Oh, I'm not saying this name, but I had called myself getting a boyfriend. And she was like, I was like talking about him. She was like, well, how old is he? I was like, at the time I was 17, going on 18 that following year. She was like, I was like, he's 21. She's like, 21? She's like, what is big grown ass want with my baby? And I'm like, no, we was in high school together. I'm like, come on, chill on it. So then we started talking about that more and everything. And it got to the point where she was like really open with me. One time she saw that I was moody and I was at a dance practice. She's like, I don't know what that boy done said to you, but you need to save that for when we get home. You don't do that here. Like, don't put everybody in your business or whatever. She said, you can cuss him out when you get home. And I did that. I did exactly that. Pulled up to his house, knocked on his door, and I said, what the fuck is your problem? But anyway, that's a story time for another day. But, and my dad was like, I feel like he already knew, and in a way, he kind of accepted it. So he really didn't too much care, honestly. My stepdad, my biological dad, was the one that was like, oh, your mom ain't raised you like that, and I have to put that in its place. But then me and my mom's relationship got 10 times better. Cause now I can actually talk to her. I'm like, Mom, this fuck nigga pissing me off. What do I do? And that's all I ever wanted. Cause she said I always wanted her approval. I wanted to make her proud, and I didn't want her to look at me any different. I need to take this out. I didn't want her to look at me any different. So I can't take that out. So I guess that's my coming out story. I feel like I rushed it. If there's any other things while I'm editing this, I'm sure I'll throw it in the video. But I guess you guys could stick around till I finish and I talk about something else. I'm literally almost finished though. How about I come back when I finish? Wait, I'm binge watching Dexter right now. And I just finished season 4 yesterday. I want to cry. I don't like that. Writers,